A very good afternoon to you all. Thank you for watching UBC television. It's chilly right here at Broadcast House, so sit tight. It's going to be 30 minutes long of a bulletin and enjoy. To start off, it was jubilation as students of Ongogoja Secondary School received their school structures. The school currently boasts of 446 students and 53% are female. 17 teachers, out of which 9 are on government payroll, with optimism that the strides made by the school are motivating and in the near future begin the higher education section to enable students continue with their educational journey uninterrupted. Let's have a look.
Many times we the MPs ask for culverts. Culverts are broad. But the chairman, LOC5, and his councillors know that every time at the peak of the wet season, Ongongoja sub-county gets cut off. And it is very embarrassing. So I want to thank you because the culverts have been going to the district roads. But today, I want to congratulate you for bringing me to commission the start of the work on the part of the road which always makes the sub-county of Ongongoja to be cut off every year during the rainy season. I think it's a big milestone, and we should not hear of again a sub-county getting cut off, having been physically there to cut the tape and even see the culverts which you have placed there.
In other news, health workers have tasked government to formulate interventions aimed at reducing the high maternal mortality rate in the country. Through the umbrella body, Association of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Uganda, Professor Waiswa Peter from Makerere University School of Public says that the country still experiences maternal deaths that would otherwise be prevented.
During their 17th annual scientific conference held at Golf Course Hotel in Kampala, Professor Waiswa expressed concern that 6,000 maternal deaths occur in Uganda every year, and majority of these deaths are in Kampala.
Since 2016 and 2017, we've seen a 30% reduction in the number of women who are dying giving birth in our hospitals. I think we should congratulate ourselves and congratulate the government.
Professor Waiswa says that most causes of these maternal deaths can be handled by government because they are structural.
The doctors are there, the nurses are there, the midwives are there, but they are waiting. One reason, no blood. So they refer one from Waima to Kampala because there is no blood.
The health workers are asking government to ensure that hospitals are prepared to handle emergencies at all times.
No sutures. Can you imagine a suture for a surgeon to be mobilized, and then you wait for a suture, and then we tell people go and buy. No gloves, no electricity, no anesthesiologist. I think this is something we can do better.
The Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja, while responding to health workers, assured them that government is committed to ensure that reproductive health issues are addressed. The reason that the President enhanced salaries of health workers. Nabbanja says that government has embarked on a nationwide program of upgrading health centers to ensure they serve the people.
What has government done? Government has a policy of providing a health center 3 per sub-county. The other day they gave us a report, the Ministry of Health, that we are almost 80%. 80% is a very good mark, according to me.
However, Nabanja challenged health workers not to be moved by money gain, but rather offering services to the people.
But we also need you to behave professionally. I believe a professional doctor, a professional midwife, the satisfaction you get in your life is to see that you have saved life.
The health workers commended government for making important strides in improving health service delivery in the country.
Allow me to thank the government of Uganda for enhancing the salaries of the scientists and health workers. This has motivated us to really invest a lot of effort in terms of improving quality of care and working toward reducing morbidity and mortality in all disciplines of the health sector.
There has been a 30% reduction in total number of institutional maternal deaths over the last 6 years, from 1,802 in 2016 to 1,268 in 2021. The conference ran under the theme, Securing the Reproductive Health Future of Women in Uganda.
Furthermore, Ministries of Health and Education have finished transport plans for safe return of pupils and students for third-term holidays. There are designated areas in Mubende and Kasanda where learners will converge for picking up by buses arranged by government to places where they will be picked by their parents. Learners coming from other districts to Mubende and Kasanda will be dropped at Kololo airstrip and then transported to other designated areas where they will be picked up by their parents.
These are learners moving out of Mubende and Kasanda. The schools are required to drop them at the following pickup points: Nkoba Primary School, Kasanda Town; Kasenyi Secondary School, Mubende Municipality. From these pickup points, there will be buses provided by government and partners to pick them from these two pickup points and drop them to the following drop-off points for them to be picked by parents or proceed by public means. And the drop-off points will be Mitiana Town School in Mitiana Municipality, Buhinga Stadium, Fort Portal City, Hoima Boma Ground in Hoima City. I want to emphasize that all concerned schools should ensure that these learners are dropped to the designated locations mentioned above for easy pickup, and the pickup dates shall be as follows: 14th November 2022 for primary and O-level leavers, 25th November 2022 for learners in non-candidate classes, and 9th December 2022 for senior 6 leavers, polytechnic and technical schools. The district teams, especially head teachers, working closely with the partners providing the transport, should ensure that proper records of all learners are kept for further or future reference. So we expect the records to be kept in the schools so that we can easily follow up. I'm also directing the district task forces of Mubende, Kasanda to work closely with the school administration to ensure smooth implementation of these guidelines. In addition, parents of all affected learners are implored to plan accordingly and ensure that they collect their children on time. For any inquiries, parents are encouraged to contact the heads of the schools. It is also our hope that families will continue to protect the learners during this critical time of Ebola outbreak.
Early closure of schools does not apply to candidate classes. all the candidate classes, the ones in P7, Senior 4, Senior 6, they continue following their program as per the schedule for examination. 2, the earlier close of schools does not apply to post-secondary education, tertiary education, technical, vocational, and university. All this will continue with their schedules as per the academic program. We're only speaking about the pre-primary, primary, and secondary schools.
Parliament seeks for more information to account for a loan request by government to finance the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project government network. The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development wants an estimate of $200 million to accelerate the program. The funds are to be channeled through the National Information Technology Authority, NITA-U, which position still hangs in balance due to an ongoing process of rationalization by government.
The Minister of State for Finance in charge of general duties, Henry Musasizi, together with officials from Ministry of Information, Communication, Technology and National Guidance, led by Line Minister Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, Friday appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on National Economy to give an account on a proposed loan request estimating to $200 million to fund efforts of digital transformation in Uganda.
And Mr. Chairman, there is no other document beyond what we have submitted that we think is useful for us to enable you process this loan.
For quite some time, international players, through lending the government of Uganda, have been behind the support for the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project government network. But accordingly, government seeks to borrow special drawing rights, SDR, equivalent to $140 million and also secure grant financing equivalent to $40 million from International Development Association of the World Bank to push the agenda of fully digitalizing the Pearl of Africa. Refugee hosting communities have not been left behind in the new plans to strengthen digital inclusion in Uganda.
And this has been costed at $57 million. Component 4, project management, has been costed at $7 million, of which $4 million is IDA support and $3 million is from the window for refugee host communities.
And we are now getting the loan for the 5th phase of the project. We have implemented the first, 4th, and out of that we have only covered about 1,300 entities. So we would want to know, in this loan, how many entities are we going to cover to connect them out of the 17,000 that are remaining?
The loan request comes at a time when Uganda battles a whopping 80 trillion debt and inflation levels standing at 10%. MPs question the priority of the loan request in accordance to the status of the economy, which until recently operates under a deficient budget.
The productive sectors of the economy need to be financed in order to generate wealth, which will eventually build the economy further and henceforth boost aggregate demand. All this.
Minister for ICT and National Guidance Dr. Chris Baryomonsi told the MPs that Cabinet has finalized with the rationalization agenda and now the process awaits Parliament's position. Dr. Baryomonsi reveals that NITA-U, which is the implementing agency of the government program, will be operating under the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance according to Cabinet resolution. This, however, also irked the members of Parliament on how the funds will be utilized.
Number 2, does World Bank know? Yes, I have had a meeting with the country manager of World Bank and also World Bank mission
to notify them of this process within the government. So they are aware, and they have advised and we have agreed on how the process will be managed should the decision be taken finally that NITAU is getting back into the ministry. So those arrangements are there. The loan will not be suspended. There are mitigation measures and it will be seamlessly handled. We have had that discussion.
We saw this happen with REA. As long as there was $400 million to be borrowed for rural electrification, REA was taken over by Ministry of Energy, and in the countryside we are stuck with the poles without nothing's being done. Now, the same thing.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
Well, it is now official that Uganda Broadcasting Corporation will broadcast live FIFA World Cup tournament in Qatar. Together with its sister radio and TV stations, UBC bought off free-to-air rights for the nation. Details in this report.
A few days to the official opening of the FIFA World Cup, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation is to relay live the World Cup tournament in Qatar. Unlike before, all its sister stations will take on the games to all the masses across the country. With a projection of over 5 billion people across the world to watch the games, Ugandans have a chance to watch the games exclusively free. While addressing the press at the media center in Kampala, the Minister of Information and National Guidance, Chris Balyomonsi, highlighted how government released up to 1.56 billion shillings for the games.
And I want to congratulate UBC because you have secured the rights and you will be the one to air the live matches beginning November 20th. So the free-to-air rights, or which we abbreviate as FTA, is free and exclusive to UBC. And the games, the World Cup games, will be airing on UBC and Star TV and all the 11 radio stations of UBC across the country. The 2022 FIFA World Cup Qatar was moved from the traditional World Cup finals of June calendar, as we all know, to November, December, due to Qatar's intense summer heat.
On its mandate as the national broadcaster, UBC will not only offer chance for the audience to watch the games, but equally be part of the tournament through various activations.
We want to assure Ugandans that we have the rights fully paid by government. The matches will be broadcast, and as you know, free to air, and as the national broadcaster, we are now in talks even with you, the private media, because we are going to involve. We want to rally everyone to look at this as a common good for Uganda. We are going to invite some of your sports journalists from the other media houses to join UBC team in the commentaries.
It is important for every corporate, every organization, every advertiser to look out for that one single biggest human gathering together on television. If you can't have your product there, then there's a challenge. So our appeal, our message, our preaching to all the corporates, all organizations is one thing: be part of the 2022 FIFA World Cup Qatar.
The minister further reiterated government's commitment towards the promotion of sports through the construction of sports facilities, as well as the talent identification strategy.
The government of Uganda prioritizes sports, and we shall do everything possible to promote sports in this country. Yes, the interest is there, but the discussions are still going on. So maybe when they have matured, that's when we can officially announce the outcome. Yes, but we are desirous of not only hosting the African Cup of Nations, but even many other sporting events.
Meanwhile, over a week away, all eyes are on the squads being selected by the 32 countries involved. Each nation must name a minimum of 23 players and a maximum of 26 in their squad, 3 of which must be goalkeepers. They have until Monday, November 14, to submit squads to FIFA. FIFA will then officially publish all squad lists on Tuesday. Many nations have already begun to name their squads, including Wales, England, France, Brazil, Germany and Spain, among other countries.
Looks pretty prestigious right there, that stadium in Qatar. Otherwise, let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
So, I'm here to announce that the MTN Kampala Marathon is back. And this year, we are running for babies. To be clear, I am not talking about a baby. No. And neither am I talking about to be baby. I am talking about these small dollars.
Run for babies in the MTN Kampala Marathon on Sunday, 20th November 2022. Dial *165*77# or use the Momo app to register.
The Ministry of Health informs the public that there are confirmed cases of Ebola in Uganda. We, however, urge the public not to panic as the situation is being managed. The Ministry of Health further reminds the public to be on the lookout for any persons who may show signs and symptoms of Ebola. These include high body temperature, abdominal pains, diarrhea, vomiting, bleeding from the body openings such as the nose, eyes, and mouth. Please inform the nearest health worker immediately if you see anyone with these signs and symptoms. To prevent Ebola from spreading further, please take the following preventive measures: regular washing of hands with water and soap, avoid handshaking and hugging, avoiding any contact with any suspected Ebola patients. Any person who dies suddenly should not be buried but reported to the nearest health worker or LC1 immediately. For further information, please call the Ministry of Health toll-free number on 0800-100-066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and World Health Organization.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone, the most affordable smartphone in Uganda. You get to enjoy free 1 GB for 1 whole year. My Airtel 4G smartphone, your best value for money. Visit the nearest Airtel outlet today and get one at only 250,000 Uganda shillings. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome to the Living Room Stadium. It's the FIFA World Cup. The match is about to start. Food and drink ready. There's no space left for anyone. Come on, get your lucky chair. Take your usual spot. Even the puppy has one. It's preparation time. You can feel the tension in the air. And do you have everything you need to believe?
That's right. The Voice is coming to a city near you. From the 21st of October to the 10th of November, you get a chance to showcase your talent. Prepare a 1-minute MP4 video of yourself singing and upload it to thevoice.africa to register. Make sure you have a valid Airtel number, and if you're shortlisted, you will be contacted to come in for the live auditions.
Well, don't just stand there, let's go!
Music your passion, Africa your stage. The Voice Africa, connected by Airtel.
All right, welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching the UBC Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Nyla Avenue. Now, with me in studio, I'm privileged to host a gentleman Bagatereyo Natuhera Venancio, who is from MEPA, and he is the publicity officer. Very welcome, Mr. Bagatereyo.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, what news do you bring for us today?
Well, good afternoon, viewers, and thank you so much, UBC, for hosting us to talk about MEPA.
All right.
We have been organizing for the pilgrimage for a long time, and the date has finally come. It's tomorrow, and we shall be starting our mass at 10 a.m. at Namugongo. We are making a pilgrimage as MEPA, which is the Mbarara Ecclesiastical Province Association.
Okay. So why is MEPA having this pilgrimage at this time? What's the special occasion?
It's our culture as members of MEPA to have that pilgrimage. It's done once in a year, and it normally takes place in November. So away from Uganda Matters, because Uganda Matters, we have so many people. So this one is exclusive for the members of MEPA, though we invite also our friends to come and be part of it.
Okay. And then what should we expect as you also go for pilgrimage? What should the public expect?
Well, we have prepared very well. We have the choir has prepared very well. We have Kabari Diocese and meeting. Maybe to take you a little back, we do it on a rotational basis.
Okay.
The MEPA is composed of 5 dioceses. That is Kabari Diocese, Mbarara Archdiocese, Kasese Diocese, Hoima Diocese, and Fort Portal. So the animation is done on a rotational basis, and this time around it is Kabari Diocese animating, or you can call it KKCRA to mean Kigezi Kampala Catholic Residents Association. So the Catholics from Kabari Diocese working and residing in Greater Metropolitan Kampala will be animating tomorrow. So we have prepared very well. We are going to have a very good mass. We have the choir is already set. What does it mean when the Kabari is animating? It means the bishop of that diocese will be the one taking the lead. So in this case, for tomorrow's case, his lordship, right, our lordship, Karisto Baramera, will be leading the celebration.
Under what theme? Under what theme will he be leading there?
The theme is steadfast and commitment to Christ.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any message for our viewers that are watching us right now? Perhaps them who want to join you, perhaps those who want to contribute or participate in one way or another?
Well, the most important thing for tomorrow is basically praying. You know, the country has got so many issues, problems in communities, in families where we come from, even as a country. So tomorrow's activity basically is about praying. That's why we are making that pilgrimage. So I'm requesting that our members and our friends who would want to make that pilgrimage try to keep time. We shall be starting at exactly 10. Don't wait for 10. Just come a little bit earlier than that so that we can start on time. All our bishops are already in Kampala here. The bishop from Kabari Diocese, like I told you, our archbishop is already here from Mbarara Archdiocese. The bishop for Hoima Diocese is already here. The bishop for Kasese Diocese is already here. The bishop for Fort Portal Diocese is already here. We also have other bishops who served and retired. They will also be joining us. So tomorrow's mass is very, very important. I call upon all the member associations. The Catholics from those dioceses have their associations within Kampala here. So I call upon all the Catholics from KKCRA to come in big numbers. AMDA, Cage Foda, Kako, and members from Hoidera. Okay. Those associations, please make sure you come early, keep time, and let us all be there in big numbers, and we make our pilgrimage a success.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bagatereyo Natuhuera, who is the MEPA publicity officer. Yeah. As you know, tomorrow will be the day, so please do care to join them. Be there before 10 o'clock, and yeah, pray to God. Thank you for being a part of this bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, and see you another time.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
That's right. The Voice is coming to a city near you. From the 21st of October to the 10th of November, you get a chance to showcase your talent. Prepare a 1-minute